What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, the crypto markets pulled back, leading many investors to wonder what in the world is going on and why did this happen. And so in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what happened within the market, why it's causing a bit of a ripple effect through most of your ecosystems, and what I'm doing as a result of it. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, looking at the world of crypto right now from the world of crypto bubbles, we can see that just about everything in the market is down. I mean, you have everything from your top cryptos all the way to your meme coins getting absolutely wrecked, anywhere from negative 16% to negative 2, 3, 4%. Even some of your jupes are down 10%, worlds are down 11%, GRTs are down 10%, BSVs down 11%. So overall, pretty nasty pullback over the last 24 to 48. Now, looking at it from a weekly perspective, some of your major meme coins are still looking somewhat positive, right? We still have Brett doing decent at 63% gainers on the week, which isn't bad. But outside of that, I mean, realistically, most of everything is still down, okay? Going out to the month, we are still looking a little bit better on the month specifically, right? Especially with something like Jasmine, Pepe, Brett, Caspa, etc. But again, we are starting to see that momentum shift. We are starting to see the majority of the market giving us some redness. Now, the major question here is why, of course, did this happen? And there is no true explanation, I will say, in terms of news as to why this did happen. I don't think anything fundamentally happened or was announced that would cause a pullback of this nature. I quite simply think it was just kind of general market movement. We saw liquidation start, we saw support levels lost, and that triggered a bit of a pullback amongst most of the ecosystem as people were taking profits because we were in a bit of a little altcoin rally there. So that is rather normal. It's not anything that I would be too concerned about, and I definitely don't think that it's something that I'd be worried about. Now, looking at this thing from more of a technical perspective, the majority of what we are seeing has been triggered by Bitcoin, okay? The market in this phase of the cycle is still following Bitcoin to some degree, and when Bitcoin makes moves like this, or when important things happen, it does put the rest of the market in a situation in which it's likely going to follow. And what we've been talking about for the last few days about Bitcoin was the fact that it was trying to make a breakout of this macro wedge that it had been in, right? We had seen, of course, the support and the resistance and support and resistance. And of course, we had this channel that had formed. And as we were trying to make a break to the upside, I said, look, this is going to be a huge determining factor of whether or not we're truly about to be able to continue upwards. Will we head towards $80,000, or is support going to fail to hold? And are we going to possibly head back to as low as $60,000? It was a very important moment. And I said that in the last video. It was titled like Bitcoin's last chance or something like that. And I said, listen, this isn't Bitcoin's particular last chance to make this move to the upside, but if support does fail to hold up here while we tried to break out, and if we do end up back in this channel, we're definitely going to lose a lot of the realm of possibilities that we are going to continue up to 80K, and we might be going sideways or a little bit downwards for a little while here, right? It might be a couple weeks or maybe even a couple months while we do possibly go back to try to find some support. And what you can see is that as Bitcoin did get that breakout, it came up, tried to backtest, and failed to hold support. And the moment it failed to hold support, the rest of the market just absolutely dumped, knowing now that the likelihood of this pump continuing and a Bitcoin going to 80 or 90K this summer is probably not necessarily fully off the table, right? Because we still do have some options here, but that, 60-70% chance just went down to like 20-30% chance. And that's kind of what impacted the market, at least from my opinion. Now, as I mentioned before, it's not Bitcoin's last chance. We still have this little minor trend that we've been seeing right here, right? We still have a little bit of a minor trend here that could push Bitcoin's price upwards, right? It could push Bitcoin's price up here. I'm not saying it can't, it's just not as likely. And on top of that, we also have this macro trend that we've been following right here that we've hit support on multiple occasions and continue upwards right here, and even back there right here. And so because of that, we still do have these two massive points of support, both of which could push Bitcoin's price to the upside. Again, it's just not as likely as it was when we were already outside of that resistance and the door was open to the upside, if that makes sense. And so because of that, yes, I definitely think that the likelihood of us getting that move to say 80K over the next month has probably diminished quite a bit. And that has triggered a lot of people to just take some profits off the table, especially for cryptos like Jasmine, for example, that they were up so much on. Now they are starting to pull a little bit of profit. So personally speaking, I'm not taking profits right now. I had been taking profit already on the ones I wanted to. That was really only Jasmine and a couple meme coins, and I had told you guys about that. But outside of that, I'm not really doing too much, in all fairness. If I do go head over to HG Access, which is our private Discord server down in the description below, I haven't really done too much, right? I took a little bit of profit off of Jasmine yesterday. I bought a little bit of Solana while it was trying to hold some support. I went into a bit of a meme coin here, but outside of that, I've not really been doing too much. The market's been in a weird place, and so because of that, I wasn't really trading. Now, some of the homies have been trading, right? We saw Connor Kinney absolutely smashing it in the Discord server, over 71% gains there, right there. Of course, we saw his front trade not too long before that had put in some beautiful gains. I think if we go, let's go back up here. Yeah, 191% gainers there. So Connor had been doing well, and I know some of the other creators were just doing typical dollar cost averaging. You can see what myself and many other creators are buying and selling and shorting and longing down in the comments below, or a description below, sorry, as well as the fact that you'll get live streams, seminars, exclusive content, market recaps, access to one of the best gym callers in the world, a guy named Paquetto. You're going to get access to our alpha plays and stuff like that have made our community absolutely banger gains. I mean, you can see here, there's a, if it would load, I don't know if it's going to load, but this was a 500% gainer there. So overall, I mean, there you go, 573% there. So absolutely amazing gains been going on there. So do go check that out if you want to. But again, overall, I'm not really doing too much. I'm just going to kind of be sitting back and watching. Now, if this market does continue to pull back, right, if we see Solana, for example, continue downwards, maybe another like 8 to 10% here, Jasmine another 8 to 10, Render another 8 or 10. If we continue to see that, I'm definitely going to start dollar cost averaging, because I'm not convinced that we're going to go into some massive macro pullback here. I don't think that's going to happen. I do just think we're in that kind of cool down phase, in which is normal for the, you know, for June, July, August, usually, in which we will see a lot of highs, a lot of lows, a lot of highs, a lot of lows. You will see this range bound motion, and I do like buying towards the bottom sides of those ranges. Okay, so that's kind of the goal there, with especially within the top 10. Outside of the top 10, I'm not really doing too much. Not that I can see here. I haven't really bought any of these. I have gone in on some rather smaller ones. So there was one called Marvin on base. This is one I'm going to be bringing to the channel a lot more in the future. But this is actually one that is in its pre-sale phase right now. And it is one that I personally have invested into their pre-sale. They're starting to get a lot of traction across the majority of YouTube. You guys see familiar faces here. Austin, Oscar, Zach, many of the other guys that we all know here. They're starting to gain some momentum. So I am actually going to be, I got into the pre-sale and I am going to be talking about them a lot more on the channel pretty soon here, so stay tuned for that. There's another one called the Crypto Journey. Of course, you guys know Rodney from the Crypto Journey channel, or my Crypto Journey channel. He created his own token called the Daddy token. This is one that I have now invested into also, that I think he has a lot of potential with, because I do know Rodney. I do know how dedicated and committed he is, and he sets his mind to things like that. And there's a reason why it's held up so well. I mean, $1.8 million market cap, holding up extremely well, volume holding strong also. So this is one that I invested into. And then there was also another one that just recently launched that is kind of doing well now, right? It had that post-launch pullback, and now it is starting to gain some more traction today, and that's Trump with Biden. This is just another one of those Trump plays. I actually talked about this over in HG Access, and some of our members call gains of like 50, 100, 150% on this thing when it did launch. So I'm probably going to end up making more of a full video on this thing at some given point, or just giving you guys more updates. I know I also did post some stuff on Twitter about it as well. Don't forget, you can go follow me there to see when I'm making these types of plays. So I am still kind of making some degen plays, alpha plays, meme coin plays, and stuff like that. But realistically, these are just kind of small, more speculative plays that I'm doing while I am a little bit bored with the primary market, while it's kind of just range bound. Okay, so outside of that, not really doing too much. Those are the kind of main things that I'm focused on right now, and that's where I think we are with the market. General support was lost. We're just range bound. It's not that big a deal. People are doing profit taking. End of the day, it's really not that serious. Okay, I wouldn't worry about this too much. So with that in mind, guys, I will of course continue to update you. If there was a big piece of news that somehow I missed, I will come back with a follow-up video on this, but I don't think I did. It just seems like a general pullback to me, so it's not all that concerning. So of course, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, you can always let me know by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you all on the next one. Peace out, everybody.